Hello, this is Trey Jadlow. This is the 2nd of February, 2016. I've got my new friend here, Kyzercube. We are going to discuss the topic of evolution. He had made some comments on one of the videos, I think the one I just did with the rumpus, and regarding
the 10th of
I'm
February.
sorry?
The 10th of February.
What did I say? Did I say the 11th?
You said the 2nd.
Oh, you know what? Because it's February. All right, the 10th of February. Sorry about that. So anyway, Kyzer, can you tell me? I mean, if you're comfortable, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? I mean, what's your background, or where you live, or if you're married, or any information like that might be interesting.
My background, that's not very well. I'm not. Biology probably is my weakest science as far as straight up knowledge. I don't think I would tell you straight up. I know less about biology than I do about any other science. But I mean, it doesn't take away the scientific method. It does. I mean, all sciences operate the same way on um, the accountability of gathering evidence and being testable and measurable in nature. So I mean that really doesn't bear any kind of mark as far as the, the scientific method itself. My main um, area which I focus on in science is pretty much cosmology, that kind of stuff. But I don't know if that's is that
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm not trying to get any I don't have any expertise in anything except I'm a dental technician, and so I'm not expecting you to tell me your PhD or anything. I just like to get some information about people, and if you're just a regular guy who interested in these things, that you're just like me. But I you don't have a family or anything. You're not married or anything like that.
No, actually, I have a hereditary condition in which I don't plan to pass. That's the reason I never married. I don't have kids. I'm 38 years old.
Hmm.
If I um, consider myself financially responsible, in which I mean I am unto myself, of course, but if I ever see myself as capable of adopting, I very much plan to. Um,
Hmm.
but I have a hereditary condition in which I don't plan to pass. I have no intention of passing at all. I'm pretty sure if you said you're a dental assistant,
I'm a dental technician. I make crown and bridge work for dentists.
so you have some sort. Okay, then I'm pretty sure at least in the adjacent fields you know what Tourette syndrome is.
Yeah, sure. Hmm.
But that's what it's my father has it. My great aunt had it. And it took a great deal of medication and therapy in my youth um, to bring it under control and to live with it. So I have no intention of passing it. So
Well, I don't think that's anything to be afraid of passing on. I mean, it's not like a debilitating thing.
afraid.
It's difficult.
You're okay. All right. First off, you're talking about something that you obviously don't know anything about. You might as well be talking bedside manner to somebody with cancer, saying everything's okay. I mean, literally, that's the way you're. That's the route.
Okay, well, I don't want to move the hang out in that direction. That's fine. I'll concede you're the expert, and you can do whatever you want.
Thanks.
But anyway, I'm a big fan of children. I love children, and I love humanity, and I love. I think that we need to have more children in this world. But anyway, that's a side issue. So you had commented to me though on the hangout I did with the rumpus, and you posted a video by
It was a presentation by Donald Prothero.
yes, who was an associate with Michael Shermer, and I watched a good deal of it.
What'd you
And
think?
was I was terribly unimpressed, I must say.
In what I guess you're terribly unimpressed by the overwhelming evidence, or what?
No, he's just this is just another new atheist, low level flyover attack.
So you're just paying attention to him and not what he is presenting.
No, that's what I'm talking about. The information he gave and the way that he gave it, and Michael Shermer has a reputation for that. But and then I found out he was an associate. They travel around and do their shtick together.
So you're saying that nothing that he was presenting was valid?
Oh, I didn't say that at all. No, there's probably a lot of stuff that's valid, but the whole tenor of the thing was
probably a lot of stuff. Okay.
I'm sorry?
Probably a lot of stuff. Okay. I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Well, I just there were things I'm working while I'm listening to it that so tell me, so how do you explain the Cambrian explosion yourself? How would you do that in the fossil record?
Well, the Cambrian explosion, if I'm not mistaken, I'm like I said, biology is my weakest science. If I'm wrong, I hope I'm not wrong. I'm just doing this by memory. The Cambrian explosion, if I'm not mistaken, followed pretty closely after the sudden increase in O2 in the atmosphere. It went to extremely high levels, but you had take insects today. There is actually a maximum size in which they can grow because of how they breathe, and it's directly related to the amount of O2 saturation in the atmosphere. And the reason these centipedes and dragonflies and whatnot grew to enormous size, and we know this because of fossil records. As the only way that could happen is a huge increase in O2 in the atmosphere. I don't know if you've ever heard of the snowball Earth theory. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
No.
You've never heard of snowball. All right. There's actually recorded there's recorded data in geology where at one point before the Cambrian explosion that the entire Earth was covered in ice. It was actually it basically called it an ultimate ice age. And have you ever went into a convenience store where you have these little open up freezers that you get popsicles and whatnot out of, and you see all this ice on the inside of the walls that builds up in all. Yeah, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That ice is actually a large part of that ice is actually give me a second, I got brain lock. That's not really all. A large portion of the ice is not just regular water ice. That's actually hydrogen peroxide mix. It's actually there's actually frozen hydrogen peroxide ice in it. That's why you don't want to like eat it or anything like that. It's actually toxic. When it evaporates, because of chemical reactions, when it evaporates, that's where you get the ozone layer from. You actually get an O3 molecule out of this when that kind of stuff evaporates. And that's actually what happened with the snowball Earth effect. Like I said, I'm trying to say this purely by memory. I don't have anything in front of me to confirm this. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's pretty much what I remember I researched.
Well, he said that the Cambrian explosion occurred over a 20 million year period. Can you explain that?
Well, why wouldn't it occur over a 20 million year period? Why is that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, this is not my shtick, actually. I'm not a creation scientist or very knowledgeable about these things at all. But I don't understand how you can have all those fossils exploding all at once over 20, and then having that record set there, and take 20 million years to layer it down.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure from what I researched in the past, it was primarily due to a huge O2 increase in the atmosphere
For 20 million years.
Why
wouldn't you see in his presentation? He was talking about how I don't know, it was Time Magazine or National Geographic or something said, yeah, it happened really fast, and then he said, yeah, the only thing they got wrong was 20 million years. I'm like, how does that work? I don't understand that.
What do you mean?
He made all kinds of statements that didn't make it. He was also saying punctuated equilibrium is an established fact that everybody agrees with. Essentially, I thought that was hilarious. Is punctuated equilibrium the standard in evolutionary thought?
Look, I'm going. Like I said, biology is my least knowledgeable part of science. You obviously read in a lot more than I did in this video, but look, what I want to focus on more is not.
So you just heard the part about calling creationists stupid and that he's really smart and that smart people would fall after him. Is that what you found out?
No. What I found out is that let's why don't we focus more on creationism and less on.
Okay. You know what, Kyzer, can you hold just a second? No, can you hold a second? I need to put something in the oven. I'll be back in 30 seconds, okay?
Sure.
All right, thanks. Okay, sorry about that.
All right, let's what we need to do is we need to find a common ground here, and I think I know how to do this. First, let's because I mean, like I said, biology is my weakest area of science. However, heuristics is not. Do you know what heuristics is?
That's a study of how things happen or something, or
it's basically research, just how you research a problem. It's how you research any kind of problem in the methodical way. Okay, at least I think I am. I think I'm pretty good at figuring things out, of problem solving, figuring finding solutions to problems, finding information that can bring a common ground, at least here. We can go back and forth with all kinds of stuff, in which conjecture is being brought up, and it's actually my fault because of my ignorance in what you're talking about. It's my fault. What I would like to do is try to bring things closer to an area where we can both relate to, where we can both agree on with the least amount of conjecture. And when you're talking about deep past and what Dr. Donald Prothero brought up, I mean, if there are things that I missed that you didn't, and vice versa, we're not going to get much anywhere. Okay, if we bring things into the recent past, it's my intention that we could get a little closer to a common ground. All right. The thing that bothers me the most is really the intellectual dishonesty, the fraud, the business fronting, the fudging of documents that creationists have pretty much built their entire portfolio on.
Kyzer, do you remember we talked about this and you conceded that this is not the point, and now you're bringing it up and making it the point?
No, I don't remember talking about this and saying it's not.
Let me see if I can read it here. If I can find that thread there. That's not it. Huh, I lost that thing. Well, you had said that, hold on just a second. You had said that, hold on, I've got it right here. I'd have to agree with you about creationists on an individual level being liars is beside the point. So why are you bringing it up now?
Wait, individuals as what?
You said, this is what you said yesterday at 2:37. Trey Jadlow, I've also agreed with you about the creationists on an individual level being liars is beside the point, because I said that's beside the point. What's at issue here is whether evolution is true or not whether the agents are good guys or bad guys.
You're pretty much vindicating me by saying it is beside the point.
And so why are you making it the point?
No, see, dude, I said, all right, you were basically trying to basically make a ghost of your argument, saying, okay, I'm not the problem as an individual. I'm not doing this. Everybody else is, but I'm not. You're basically, scapegoating everything that you're representing and making yourself
okay, so
an innocent party, and that's vindicating what I'm saying, not discrediting it.
Are you familiar with the genetic fallacy?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's what I said. It's beside the point. I don't care what what fancy horseshit words you're saying. It's when I said. When I was making an argument to your claim, saying that, hey, that's not the way I act, it's the way everybody else in my community acts, but it's not the way I act. When I said that's beside the point, it's beside the point. And you're trying to make it something like it's not.
So you don't know what a genetic fallacy is? It
doesn't matter. Are you not recognizing my own words as you're basically twisting them right now? All right, when I say that your individual actions are beside the point, it's because you were trying to make yourself out as your own whatever, and while at the same time representing the creed that is known as creationism. You can't have both at the same time. All right, so I mean, what? So you're saying, how am I contradicting myself? Really?
The issue at hand, my friend, is not whether creationists are lying or not, and I'm not saying they are, but the issue is evolutionary theory credible or not? Which is more viable, creationist theory or evolutionary, Darwinian evolutionary theory?
Whatever has testable, measurable, repeatable, and reliable evidence is the what I would choose.
Okay, so you're saying that the only truth...
Or are you saying that creationism is a science?
What is... Science just comes from the Latin sciare, means knowledge.
No, all right. Well, let me expand on that. All right, science is, or where it comes from is irrelevant. What is the definition of science when you look it up in the dictionary? Science is, this is the definition of science, wherever it came from, it doesn't matter. This is the definition of science. Science is the testing, and it is basically the understanding of nature via testing and measuring via observation and experimentation. If what you do cannot satisfy that requirement, it is not science.
Okay, so you're saying the only truth is that which is empirically verifiable?
I'm saying what science is.
Are you saying that the only thing that is true is that which can be empirically verified or verified with the senses? I
would have to say yes. Yes.
Okay, how do you verify the principle that empirical verification is the only truth?
You're pretty much answering your own question, and the answer.
No, you just pretty much refuted yourself.
No, I didn't. No, I did not. I did not. And How did I refute myself? How?
If you say that empirical verification is the only truth, you cannot empirically verify the principle that empirical verification is the only truth, thereby refuting yourself.
Man, you can go and embed it and embed it and embed it and under layers of bullshit. You can dress up a rotten carcass to make it look alive, but it's still a rotten carcass, man.
Okay, listen, Kyzer, this is not really going anywhere. I think it's
well. I'm trying. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to move forward, and you're making this really difficult. I'm trying to move forward.
Well, I think I'm a little too dense for your way of working.
I wanted to go through this just level of mafia style strategy.
I've got better things to do.
You've got better things to do.
I mean, want to talk about evolution. That's what I want to talk about.
I want to talk about history. I mean, before you can even go to the deep past, I think it might be important that you go into the past. Does that make sense?
No, because you're a genetic fallacy.
A genetic fallacy. I'm talking about written history here. I'm talking about recorded history that was on the radio. I'm talking about things here. It's not subject to conjecture. We can start with that and go from there. But I mean, I'm trying to rule out conjecture, and you're not going to have any part of that, are you?
No, I got to get back to work.
You gotta go. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I learned from your conversation with
the Rumpus.
With the Rumpus that you're pretty famous for that. So yeah, that's fine.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. It's nice to meet you, and maybe we'll hook up later at a later time. But thank you for inviting me for this.
That'd be great.
Okay, man. All right. We'll see you. Bye.
Later.